and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing something very interesting. All right, this is very interesting, and I bet with you have never seen this before. All right, so let's see what's going to happen right now. We are going to be talking about graphic design. We're going to be talking about the principles of graphic design, the basics actually. So a lot of persons have been given this kind of lessons before, and they still don't get it, they still don't understand, they still don't know the applications of all these theoretical terminologies of the principles of graphic design, of the elements of graphic design, and even what graphic design is all about itself. All right, so we are going to be taking a look at everything in a practical way. You will see the practical application of everything. Okay, so seeing the definition is not something difficult. It's something anybody can get from anywhere, and I'm going to make use of that right now. All right, so we are going to be taking a look at the definitions of everything, probably from the internet or from ChatGPT. So let's check ChatGPT. Let's see what it has to say about graphic design, and let's do some practicals here. Right, so let's check it. So here we go. What is graphic design? Anybody can go online and ask. So that is why I do this. You can just ask, but you may not understand how it's being used. So yeah, we have this. Graphic design is a creative and visual communication discipline that involves combining images, typography, and other elements to convey message or information. All right, that's just the basic definition. All right, graphic designer use various tools and techniques to create designs for print or digital media, including advertisement, website, logos, brochures, and more. All right, the goal of graphic design is to effectively communicate a message, evoke emotions, and engage the audience through visually appealing and well-organized compositions. All right, this is just everything you need to know. Now, it's as simple as saying graphic design is a means of communication visually. That's all. All right, every design you see is not there for just being there. It's not there just to look beautiful. It's there to communicate. Whether the owner is there or not, it will always communicate. Just like a signboard or a signpost with a very simple inscription, buy your cold water here. It's passing a message. Anyone that sees that will get a particular information. So any visual element that gives you information, that gives out information, is called graphic design. It's as simple as that. And there is this last aspect I love. The goal of graphic design is to effectively communicate. So if your design is not communicating, then it is not graphic design. Okay, so another name for graphic is visual. Take note of that, so you can see visual design or graphic design. All right, to communicate a message, evoke emotions, and engage the audience through visually appealing and well-organized composition. Because if it's not well appealing, people are not going to take a look at it. All right, thereby define the function. Okay, now there's one more thing you should know. It is not graphics design, it is graphic design. A lot of persons make this mistake. All right, so it's good for you to know that right now. You either say graphics or graphic design. All right, so how is this related to the definition? I don't want to waste time much on the definition because we want to dive deep into the principles, and I have some more examples for us here, so stay tuned as we continue. All right, so you can see this thing. It's looking beautiful, right? You love it the way you see it. You like it because it's visually appealing, it's attractive. Then you come over here and read it. This is AI photo hack. Then you read it, then you can be able to go down and read everything you need to read, so and get the information. All right, it's communicating. That is just everything you need to know about graphic design. It's as simple as that. Now, what are those things that builds up graphic design? We call them elements of graphic design. Can you see the fundamental elements of graphic design? Elements are the building blocks. You understand? Elements are those things that you bring together. They are the raw materials. They are the resources that comes together to give us the graphic design itself. Just like a bricklayer has blocks, water, cement, and all other things. They come together to form a building. So also a graphic designer has all these elements listed here to make a graphic design or a visual design. Now, the first one is line, the second one is shape, color. All these are basic terminologies that every one of us know. So I will just give you direct examples from the designs that I have in store here. So the first one is line, the second one is shape, and the third one is color. So let's quickly do that. We have our line, shape, and color. So where have we used line here? When you check this design, you will see that it has almost everything we need. It has almost everything we need. Now we have different kinds of line. We have straight line, we have broken lines, we have a whole lot of lines. Now a line can come together to form different things. A line can come together to form a shape. It can come together to form anything. All right, so let's look for a perfect line from one of these designs. Let's look for a perfect line. All right, this, for example, you can see this is a line here coming to form a shape. All right, this is a line coming to form a shape. So that's an example. Let's check this. Let's check this. All right, this is perfect example. This is a straight line. This is a straight line. We have straight line, we have broken line, we have thick line, we have different kinds of line. This is what everybody knows. So this is an element. All right, now the fact is that in a design you are not on compulsion to use all the elements. All right, you don't have, if you check this place, this first design here, hardly is there any perfect line there. There's no perfect line there, but this one has line. Okay, so depending on the building, all right, depending on what you are building, that's what you determine the materials you're going to use. So it applies here as well. So let's see if we have a line here. So we have a line on this design. Let's bring it up. All right. Oh, we do. Okay, this one doesn't have line as well. All right, so we have seen line on this particular one, which means line is what we need. All right, it's part of what we need to create a graphic design. So we have shape. Shape is something you cannot do without. All right, here is a shape. Here is a circle shape with triangle shape. Here is some kind of rectangle with, rounded edges. It can be called cylinder or something like that. This is a shape, more or less a square. All right, these are shapes here. You can see these logs of shape. All right, all cylindrical shape. You can see these are shapes. All right, these are rectangles with curved edges. We call them radius. You can see this is a shape itself. This is a shape. All right, so we have shape. Shape is something, and another one is color. Color is just the commonest one. Is what you cannot do without, because color works with your visuals. You cannot recognize anything if it doesn't have a color. So you can also see different kinds of color. We have golden color, you have white, we have brown, we have red, we have purple, we have different kinds of color here. We have blue, all right, we have black. So you should know this. All right, the basic thing we want to talk about is the principles. There are those things that you need to master, and I will show you how to quickly master them. All right, so we have our texture, we have typography, and we have space. So what is texture? Texture is just the feeling of something, and this is a perfect example because we have a texture here. You can see this thing is having a golden feeling. All right, the feel is good. You will feel like touching it, and if you feel like touching it, you will feel like this thing cannot be smooth. You can't compare it with this. This is a texture. All right, a golden texture for that matter. All right, this is another texture, but this texture is just a texture of a particular color. I hope you get that. This is a golden texture here on this ribbon. So texture is very important. Then we have typography. Typography simply talks about this with our texts, the way your text is arranged, the kind of font you use, the kind of text you use, how your text is being formatted. All right, the kind of format you use for your text, probably left, center, different kinds, your alignment of your text, everything relating to text is typography. All right, so that's also very, very important. I'm going to be talking about how to make use of it perfectly. And we have space. Space is very important. A lot of persons think all the space are to be used. No, there are some space. They are there for breathing. They are there for your design to have breathing space. They are called white space or negative space. All right, if your design doesn't have this space, it would not be a graphic design. It will be choked up and nobody will be able to grasp any information from that design. All right, we will do more of it in the subsequent videos. You can see space here, you can see spaces here, you can see all these spaces have their functions. They are not useless. Okay, they are the ones that make this thing here. They are the ones that make them to be very how do I put it, to be realistic and for you to be able to read them. Because if there are no spaces here, all these things will not connect to your eyes as human. That's just the psychology behind that. And we have form. Form is just can you see we have three-dimensional shapes that have a volume and depth and so on. So form is just the basic kinds of things that you use. You can see the form of this circle. This is a form, and this is a form. This kind of form is 2D, while this is 3D. All right, so that's just basically how it is. So form is something also very important, because some forms are very needed for some kinds of design, while some are not the best to use. We will discuss all this as we proceed on this channel. So what else do we have here? We have the size. Okay, size. You can see this design is square. This particular one is not square. You can see the size is different, and a whole lot of factors determine the size of your designs. Can you see the size of this is not the same thing at all? Their dimensions, their width and height, and you see they're not the same thing. All right, so we are done with the definition of graphic design and the elements. So let's go to the main thing, which is the principles of graphic design, the fundamental principles of graphic design. Now, this is where the problem is for everyone. The only thing that will make your design look bad is because you have disobeyed probably one of the principles of graphic design. All those principles, unlike the elements, must be followed. The elements, now you don't have to use all the elements, you use the one needed. But for the principles, all the principles of graphic design, all right, must be followed on each design. And I will show you the perfect example of all the designs there, so you understand what I'm saying perfectly. All the principles must be present on a design. If not, you would know that something is already wrong with the design. So the first one here is balance. What is balance? Achieving visual stability through distribution of elements. I love that. Now let's check. Balance. You can see this. For example, you can see this design. When we're talking of balance, it's balanced. Why is it balanced? One side is not heavier than the other side. If you see, we have text all through this place. Then to complement it, we have a big shape here. To complement that, we have a big shape here. So everything is balanced. If you put it, will look like if you put this on a scale, it's not gonna fall off. It's not gonna fall off. And I will show you a practical example now from the ongoing project here. You can see balance here. This one is just there on the center, and you can see this ribbon is here. This one is also here. All right, these ones are here as well, so that there will be visual balance between this side and this side. You can imagine this thing not here. You will see this place will seem empty while this place is overloaded. That's balance, and it allows user they will be able to view your design. Any viewer or your audience, they will be able to view your design without difficulty. They will feel comfortable. This is a perfect example of balance. You can see this design. All right, this was done some times ago. You can see it's very balanced. This one is there in the center already. These ones are arranged in a way that no extra space for any of them that the other doesn't have. You can see this one balanced up with this. You see, this is balanced. Everything is just perfect. So this is balanced. Very, very simple. So it's very important, because if you do not go with balance, if you do not obey the principle of balance, your design can never look good. There's nothing else you can do about that. And the next one is contrast. Contrast also is one of the most important. It's one of the most important, because without contrast you can do nothing, and I will show you a perfect example right now. Without contrast you can do nothing. Contrast can be seen in color, can be seen in shape, can be seen in different areas, but most importantly we can always use contrast in shape. And how does this work? Contrast means when you use opposing colors or opposing elements. Let's see what is being said here. Emphasizing differences to create interest and hierarchy. Can you see? Differences, that's the main point, to create hierarchy. All right, now differences in color, opposition in color. We all know black and white are so opposing. All right, so if you put a white text on a dark or black background, it pops up. You see it very clearly. That's why you can read this. All right, now let's change the color of this text to something that is not related to light color. let's do something related to background color and see if it will be easy for us to read. All right, let me just unlock the text. If you're not familiar with this tool, we are going to get a lot of videos on how to use this particular tool. All right, so let's check our color. All right, let me just try to pick. Don't worry, just follow me. Just follow me. I'm trying to show you that. Okay, let's make use of this. Alright, this text, I've given it a color that is related to the color of the background. Now you can tell me that no human being can enjoy reading this kind of thing. Now you can see, as beautiful as the design was looking earlier, you can see it's looking horrible right now. Although it's still beautiful on some other parts, but it's meaningless right now. So if one principle is off, everything will be useless. You can see the main information here, which is the body, is what we cannot read right now. So tell me the aim of the design if you cannot read the details of this class. You understand what I'm saying right now? So this is very important. When you talk about principles of graphic design, they must all be obeyed. They must be obeyed. All right, so let's give it a contrasting color that is opposite, that is totally different. All right, it is totally different. You can see the grains coming out. Okay, but the reason why we cannot use the grain is what we will discuss later, because there is color combination. All right, there's a way we combine colors. But that aside, right now we're talking about contrast. All right, and contrast is very important. Make sure people don't strain their eyes when they look at your design. Make sure when your phone is far from your eyes, you can still be able to read what's on your design. If not, then you are not obeying the principle of hierarchy. Okay, so let's go. Here we have emphasis. Emphasis highlighting certain elements to draw attention. Now, emphasis is sometimes called hierarchy. Sometimes you may see places where they are being differentiated, but most times they mean the same thing. That's emphasis and hierarchy. You can see the first thing you would see when you see this design is this beautiful lady here. This is the first thing you will see. That's the beautiful lady here. This is what you will see. Then the picture is going to attract you. Now, people don't like to read. All right. If these things, the whole space here is full of text. All right. 80% of people will not go through it. They will never read it. They will never read it. They will just check the first line and they scroll up. But when you see, that is why we have graphic designs. When you see something like this, one thing grabs your attention, then it leads your eyes to the next thing, then it leads your eyes to the next thing, then it leads your eyes to the next thing, then until you will be tricked to read the information. So if you are tricked to read the information, the aim has been achieved. But if all these principles are not put in place, you will not do that. You will not read the information, because that is human being for you. So this is the psychology of human. All right, and it is natural. Even if the person does not want to read it, like intentionally doesn't want to read it, when the person sees a professional work from a professional graphic designer that know how to work with the principles of graphic design, the person will not know when he or she would go through everything on the design. So this is a trick. So if you're a graphic designer, you are someone that controls people. So if you want to control people, you have to abide by the rules, all right, to play the game well. All right, so if you look at this now, hierarchy doesn't always go with regular patterns. You just go hierarchically. All right, so you can call it emphasis or hierarchy, because something will give one particular thing emphasis. It could be the size, it could be the texture, or it could be the effects. The effect on this lady's face and the size and the beauty and everything gave her the hierarchy, the top hierarchy first. So you when you look at your design, your eyes comes here first. You will never take notes because it happens but like magic. It's natural. Your eyes comes here first, then it comes here. Wow, you see the lady's picture. Wow, what's up with this lady? What are they trying to say about this lady? Oh, photo hack. Oh, hey hi. You will see this photo hack before you see this hey hi. Then you will know. It will give you more information about this. So, wow, photo hack, hey hi. Wow. Then you see your eyes comes down here, 3K. What's the relationship between the lady, the photo hack, the hey hi, and the 3K? Then you come back, your eyes will come back here. I'm just giving you the correct information. 95% of this works. Sorry, this works on 95% of people. This exact thing I'm saying right now. If you are unconscious, you would review this first. You may probably see this, then your eyes comes here, then you come back here before you read this, then you can read this at last, which is what will make you take an action, because you have already gotten the information here. So that's the magic of emphasis or hierarchy. Don't joke with it. And we have unity, ensuring all elements work together cohesively. Yes, you can see unity. You can see this shape is married with this space here and with the lady's face. You cannot see the boundary here. This is the relationship between them. I married them together. That's the relationship. Now you can see the relationship between the also called this particular one, this photo and the photo hack, right? You can see a perfect relationship. Now there's a relationship between this place and this text. You can see this place, the text is white and the shape on the background is brown, but here the text is brown while the shape underneath is white. Bringing both of them together, there will be a chemistry in between them. Now you can see the colors. This gold has a touch of brown. The brown is here, and you can see all of them are just related. You can see the lady's face is related to some of this kind of brown here. You can see the gold here is related to some of the gold here. The white here is everything is just, you can always see one thing inside another. That is just unity. It's a kind of relationship. All of them will look unified. They will look like one. All right, so we have alignment. Alignment for me is one of the most important. This is the number one thing that brings out the work that makes you special, that make your work look special. All right, and what's alignment? Alignment is just the how straight your work is, how well arranged your work is. You can see, let's check definition. Alignment: organize elements to create a clean and ordered layout. You can see that, a clean and ordered layout. Now we have different kinds of alignment. All right, but the most well, let's put it that way. The commonly used ones are the left alignment, the center alignment, and the right alignment. And most times we humans, especially in this part of the world, we read from left to right. So left alignment is very dominant in this part of the world. But there are some places where they make use of right alignment. Right, their text will be here and it goes like this from right to left. But most times we make use of left alignment and center alignment, although there are some other kinds in a complex layout. But for a normal average layout, we have these kinds of alignment. Now this is one of the tools that helps us to check our alignment. So I'm going to teach you how to make use of this later in the introduction to the tool. Now if you check this thing, you can see it's very straight. Now if you check it, all of them, they follow this, can you see? They follow this line. That's why it is looking neat. If they are scattered, this work will never be beautiful, no matter how pretty the elements you use. If your work, your elements are not aligned, every other thing is not gonna work out well. Let's see if we have alignment here. See if we have alignment here. You can see that everything is straight. The alignment is there. Let me place it beside one of this. You can see that from the movies and vibes on Friday, all of them. So everything is well aligned. So what else do we want to talk about? Let's check this. Let's check the alignment. All right, this is a perfect example of center alignment. You don't need the grid lines here. You can see everything is aligned to the center, right? Everything is balanced in the middle. So that is center alignment for you. And here we have, let's see, all right, we have the alignments on the right hand side here. All of them are on the center of each of them. All right, and all of them they are aligned to the right, and these are aligned to the left. You can see this is where we have different multiple alignment types on a particular design. As you can see, for these guys, they are aligned to the right here, they are aligned to the left here, You can see the alignment. You can see this is aligned to the left, and this image is working well with this, and the ones on the top, they are aligned to the center, and everything here is aligned here. You can see that. So alignment is something really good. If I show you 5 designs, you can see that all of them are having alignment. Okay, we have 4 designs here. Okay, that's cool. So if I should show you all my designs, if I show you 100 or 200, 300 of my designs, you will see all of them are well aligned, are properly aligned. And if you check any good design out there, you see alignment as a secret that makes it look good. Okay, so don't joke with alignment. Repetition. Repetition is closely related to unity, because unity makes use of repetition. Repetition in color, repetition in shape, repetition in style, repetition in layout, and a whole lot more. You can see repetition in texture is common here. This is a golden texture, this is a golden texture. Repetition in shape. All right, this is a rectangular sort of shape, and this is the same thing here. Repetition in color, we have white here, we have white here, we have white here, we have white here, we have white here. So repetition in colors as well, we have different browns on different angles, even on the face of the lady. And even yellow, we have repetition of yellow here, and part of this gold, we have yellow there. So that is repetition. In font, I used just one font for this. I use one font for this. This is the only different one, and this is because it's a sub. All right, it's a sub. Let me put it that way. So we used 2 major fonts here, this photo hack font and this other informations font. So that is how repetition work. Repetition, I love this design a lot. You can do repetition of green colors everywhere, green, even on glow. You can see that. Repetition of red, we have red on the shirt, we have red on ear toe, we have white, all of them. That is just repetition. You can see that here as well, so not to waste our time. All right, so let's check the last one, which is proximity. Proximity means grouping related elements to establish relationship. You can see, imagine me putting we MTN, this MTN here, then I bring this here to, but I brought it underneath here and bring this contact information here. You see, that's really crazy, right? It doesn't make any sense, and you can't see me put the information belonging. All right, let's just leave this. Let's check this. You can see for event flyers, the church flyers, you can always discover that the date and time are always together. All right, the headline and the body, they are always together. The call to actions, all right, and probably the social media icons, they are always together. You can see that. The location, can you see date, time and location? They are always together. You can see that date, time and location, they are always together. All right, you can see the events and the theme, they are always on the same place. The name of the church and the logo, they are always together, right? The names and logo, and see names here and logo here, they are always together. Okay, you can see. So that is proximity for you. Items that are related, they are always together. You can see all of them, they are always together. So these are everything you should know about the principles of graphic design. All right, now before we finish up, I have gifts for you. If you're a first timer here, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can see, just click on the subscribe button below and the notification icon. Just smash on the bell, and you can as well do that. All right, I'm sure you have done that. So you just drop a comment for your gift. Right, just comment graphic design, just say graphic design. All right, I would definitely reply you and send you your gift individually. All right, thank you for watching again. Here is Samuel Precious. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have any question, if you have any confusion, feel free to reach out to me. The link to our support group, to our general mentorship group, can be found in the description below as well. You will see more. Just click on more below this video. You will see the description and you will see the link to join the WhatsApp group. All right, so thank you very much.